Well, hello everybody. It is a new day, and today we're going to be talking about something that we kind of alluded to in the video where we installed the stairs on the camper. But we have made some significant changes to our diet, and we're going to show you how that's sustainable here on the road. Because we all know that when you're on the road, or when you're on vacation, or when you're doing any of this, it's quite easy to just fall into the trap of just eating whatever, and whatever turns into garbage. So we're going to be going over that a little bit in this video of how we eat right and how we make that sustainable and why we even made this choice in the first place. We've got Susanna in here cutting up apples right now, but what I am most excited about is in the refrigerator here. This cut of meat that I was telling you about the other day. I'm going to take this out and get that unwrapped. So this is called a sirloin tip roast, and the story behind this, I'm going to unwrap it while I'm talking. The story behind this is we were in town. We were in Sisters, Oregon at a butcher shop, and this just reminded me of a birthday cake, and you'll see what I'm talking about in a second. Look at that, just how like round it is. So that reminded me of a birthday cake, and I just had to have it because it just looked like a birthday cake, right? So we're going to throw this on the smoker today, and we're going to smoke it up. And this is a huge part of our new like dietary changes. We decided that we're going to eat more like actual whole vegetables, like not processed, and actual meat, which includes the red meat, which is what this is. And, just kind of see how our health goes from there. Susanna, before Christmas, had even stopped eating sugar for the most part, like no desserts, no sweets. Like she might have a little flavoring in her latte from every now and again if we get one at a coffee shop. But even that, she's been cutting out. And Susanna's lost weight. I've lost weight, and we've both felt more healthy. So I'm going to go ahead and get this seasoned up, get it on the grill, and we'll tell you a bit more. So we made this dry rub of salt, pepper, garlic powder, and paprika powder. And we're going to go ahead and put that on our meat now. But one of the things, like, we all know that processed food is not good for us, right? But I think sometimes we actually forget, like, exactly how bad it is for us. Like, it's actually terrible. And we have been experiencing chronic pain in our lives from prior injuries. And we've been seeing family members go through health issues and whatnot. And it just was a wake-up call for us to go ahead and consider our own health now, and not wait until our health is out of control to do something about it. And so this isn't just like a weight loss thing, although that is one of the side benefits of it, but this is also just a healthier living thing, just keeping our bodies healthier. And part of that is meat, and lots of it, which we didn't get meat before because it was kind of expensive and whatnot. But once you find the right cuts of meat, you can get cheaper meat. And one of the reasons we bought a smoker is because we can make these cheaper cuts of meat taste and feel a lot better and just be more tender than if I just took the same cut of meat and went ahead and like put it on a grill or something, or like just seared it or in a frying pan.
So Andrew mentioned that I have been off of sugar since the middle of December, I think it was. And the reason is, like, I don't have any issues with my blood sugar or anything like that, but I like to challenge myself once in a while and kind of set in place like a rule and try to keep to that, and just to see what happens. And I've done sugar fast before, but then like in the end I just went back to eating sugar, and I would only do it for like a couple days or a month or whatever. So this one I didn't set an end date in mind, like set a certain goal. I just said I was cutting out sugar. And that doesn't mean like natural sugars and fruit. I still eat fruit. I was still drinking lattes with flavored syrups in them, but I cut that out, what, a month ago?
Something like that,
Something like that. And so I don't have flavored lattes anymore, which is great. You can actually taste
She's
the
been
lattes.
doing so well. I'm so proud of her for this.
And then I just, haven't had desserts, haven't had ice cream, you name it. And really, after a while, I just didn't have a craving for it. I didn't feel like I needed it. I would be sitting in a room with everybody else eating ice cream and not feel like I was missing out on anything. I didn't feel left out. I didn't feel like I needed it. And another thing for me is I've had really bad heartburn for a while, and I started cutting out different foods because I could tell after eating certain foods that it was worse. And so I know how my body will feel after eating certain things, and it's not worth it to me to eat those things and to have to deal with the heartburn and have a rough night because of it. So I know that I'm not going to feel great, and it's not worth it for the pleasure for a few minutes to deal with the hardship afterwards. So, yeah, I'm just going to go with it for I don't know how long. We'll see. And hey, if Andrew can make a birthday cake like this for me, then I don't need a chocolate cake anymore.
Oh, man.
Actually, he showed me a picture of a sushi cake, and that's kind of what I want. But
Looks good, but now we're like, I was watching a video the other day about how bad sushi is for you as far as like your parasite load and whatnot.
probably.
Anyways, this is done being dry rubbed, so we're gonna go ahead and put that on the smoker right now. And that kind of ties into the convenience of this. So we'll talk a little bit more about the convenience aspect of eating healthy, but let's go put this on the smoker. It doesn't really get much more convenient than this to put a piece of meat on a pellet smoker and just let it run for a while. But back when I was traveling out of my Prius full time, basically I didn't have like a full-on kitchen and everything. I was mainly using my Jetboil to boil water and then pouring that on like yakisoba, like ramen noodle type dishes, and just eating that. And it was tasty, so delicious, but I just didn't feel good. I was younger, so my body could really handle it more. But basically when we trade convenience for health, it's good in the short term, but not in the long term. You know what I'm saying? And yes, it's more convenient to go get a bagged salad from the store with all sorts of seed oils than it is to go ahead and cut everything up and put it together yourself. And then just use vinegar and oil, like olive oil on it. But, for now, we don't go too crazy, but we just like to make steps in a better direction. So let's go ahead and get the smoker fired up, and we'll show you this when it's done. One of the reasons why I'm so interested in changing what we eat is because I've been suffering with chronic pain since about 2015, and it's been something that's been serious. I've been getting injections from my doctor for it. I've been through different things trying to help with my pain, and I realized that the things that I was eating were not helping my pain at all. In fact, they were adding more inflammation to my body. And this isn't like health advice and whatnot, but it seems like the doctors in today's day and age are just here to treat your symptoms and not here to actually look for any root causes, not here to actually like help cure you. And in my case, it was a big wake-up call when my doctor actually admitted that to me. He said, I'm not here to cure you, I'm here to treat you. And from then on out, I realized, hey, my health is really, really something that I need to pay attention to. My doctor is not responsible for my health. The nurses are not responsible for my health. nobody is more responsible for my health than myself. And that was a huge, huge wake-up call, because we all just want to trust whatever the doctor says. And the doctor wants you to feel better, but isn't necessarily trying to get you to be better. And that was just a huge, huge wake-up call for me.
And for me, health is, I mean, I want to be healthy regardless, but it's really important to me that I have a healthy body, rid of toxins before I have children and even after, because I want to be strong and able to keep up with the kids. I want to be healthy, not to have to be tied down to some medicine because I'm not taking care of my body, and for our future kids. And so that's really important. That's why we're trying to get rid of toxins in our bodies. And I especially want to be at a good point with my health before I have kids.
Yes, we are thinking about having kids, and we want to, when the time's right, soon. But that being said, the doctors wanted me on medication for the rest of my life to help me with my health problems. And that was their first go-to. Their first go-to wasn't to ask me, oh, what are you eating and how can we change that? How can we get you in a better nutritional state? No, their first go-to was, here's drugs. That's a weird spot for somebody who cares about your health to be in. Susanna's mixing up some peanut butter with some chia seeds. Is there anything else in there?
Put a little bit of local honey in there.
Yeah, local honey is pretty good for allergies.
And this is peanut butter that we were at the store, and it's organic roasted peanuts, and then they grind it up right there and make your peanut butter. So there's no added oils or any junk in there.
Just the real deal. It's, if you've ever seen it before, it's one of those machines that you see in like the health food stores, or maybe even some other like grocery stores, that they have the peanuts in a hopper, sort of like at a coffee shop they have the coffee in the hopper, and then it grinds it straight into peanut butter for you, and you can choose like how much you want and all of that. So it's a more natural process than just getting like some canned peanut butter off of the shelf that has stabilizer oils in it and preservatives and all of that. While we're waiting for that meat to get done, we're gonna go ahead and make some coffee. We're playing some Catan over here. Just having a nice day together. We were convoying with some friends, but they have left, and we're in this beautiful spot in Sisters, Oregon, just all alone, and we're gonna make some coffee. Here you go, Susanna.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What kind of drink did you get?
It's an Americano. I decided today I didn't want milk, like a frothy latte. I just really felt like black. Kind of like a black coffee. That's what Americano is. Just a shot of espresso with some hot water. And Andrew has done a great job. Thank you. What are you drinking, Andrew?
Well, I made myself a latte, and the latte is espresso and milk. And you can add flavor, although I have kind of been weaning myself off of flavors recently, so I did not put any flavor in this one. Wrapping up this game of Catan here, and it's about time we go out and check on the meat. All right, it is smoking right along. It's a pretty windy day, as you can probably hear on the microphone, so my grease pot tipped over. We're cooking low enough that we shouldn't have any grease. So just reached an internal temperature of 100. Let's go ahead and look at it. Oh yeah, getting nice and smoky. Getting a little bit of a crust on there. That's what we like to see around this time. I like to smoke things low and slow and just really let them soak in that smoky flavor. So a little bit of a windy day to take some of that heat away is a really good idea. I do think it's worth mentioning while I'm walking back inside that Susanna and I are in like different stages of this. So Susanna, like we said, has quit sugar a while ago, like quit all desserts right before Christmas and stuff. I have had desserts. Susanna's even like baked me cookies and stuff, and like I have like flavor syrup still in my lattes from time to time. So like she's definitely a lot further along in this than I am, and that's okay. You know, everybody's got to start somewhere, and that's just how we've started. And I guess didn't want to jump into it like full bore, but I'm into it now. Like I'm starting to feel the health benefits of the little work that I've been doing. And once you start feeling those little health benefits here and there, and like see yourself losing some weight and things like that, then it just kind of pushes you to go a little further. And that's kind of the stage that I'm in now.
So last month or the month before, I told Andrew that I wanted to get into hiking more when we got back to the States. And since we've been traveling with a group of people, we've been doing a lot more hikes. Sometimes different people will pick out a hike on like All Trails or something, and we'll do a hike. And it's been really good because some of the hikes we've done have been a lot more challenging than what I would probably choose to do, but a lot of them I go into the hike not knowing how far are we going, what's the elevation, what's it like. I just go, and I've been carrying a backpack, and each time I add more weight into the backpack, whether that's more water or whatever, just something to add weight to it, which is really helping me get stronger. And yesterday we did this hike that all I heard was it's 2 miles, but I was not told that it's 2 miles uphill in the snow. Like we start at the bottom and it's green and it's woods.
Here, I got a picture here. That was us yesterday. 2 miles there, 2 miles back.
And I was going slow. Like Andrew walked behind me, but otherwise I was like the last person. I was going slow. But we did it, and as we're going up, you could see the clouds rolling in, and pretty soon we were like surrounded by clouds. You couldn't see anything else. When we get near the top, there's such deep snow. Like I stepped down and my leg got stuck in the snow. I even did a snow angel at the top. It was crazy. We were damp and it was kind of cold, but it was so fun, and I'm glad we did it. And it definitely pushed me out of my comfort zone to do more. But I've never been really good at keeping up with workouts. So hiking has really helped me because I'm out in nature, I'm seeing new things, but I'm getting stronger as I'm doing it.
All right, we're about to go check on this meat here. Oh, almost fell down the stairs. Wow. Yikes, that was a close one. I'm not used to these stairs yet. We had, well, if you've seen our other video, we had some janky old stairs and I kind of got used to them. And so the angle is actually a lot better on those. Long story short, this says it's up to 148, 150. We'll see. Oh, that is looking nice. All right, we need to verify with this temperature probe though here. Make sure it's safe to eat. And there we go, that's safe. All right, Suzanne, I'm gonna hand this to you because it's time to take this thing off. All right.
How are you gonna get this off?
Take this temperature probe. Oh yeah, that's a nice piece of meat right there. That is so heavy.
It's big. How are you
How do
gonna
I
get
even?
it? Do you need
All
like
right, hold on.
something else?
There we go. Oh man, that's nice. So we're gonna let that rest for a little bit. I'm gonna take this off. And Susanna has cut these up right here. Summer squash and zucchini. So we'll just stick that on there. And then I'll kind of arrange them a little bit. See, eating healthy does not mean that you can't have things that taste good. That's one of the reasons why we got the smoker, so that way we can eat healthy and still have great tasting food. All right, we'll turn up the temperature and wait for that, and we'll show you the finished product once we're done with this meal. You're gonna love it. All right, so we let these cook on there for about 15 minutes. And we're just taking them off now. So juicy and tender. But as you can see, they have the crispy kind of smoked edges on them.
I just tossed them in olive oil, salt, pepper, and I think I put a little garlic salt on that.
Nice.
Oh, the juices are coming off the meat.
Anyways, right there is our finished product. That's our dinner. And you know, if you like this, let me know if you want to see more of what we cook out here. But here's a little sample. I showed you what the finished product looked like outside, but let's see what this looks like when I slice into it. You're gonna witness the very first slice. And I just bought this knife at a thrift store for $2, so we'll see how that works. Oh yeah. So you see there's that nice smoke ring right around the outside, but still juicy and tender on the inside. But anyways, we are going to enjoy this, and now for real, we'll catch you in the next one.